Hi there, Jude.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Were your ears burning this morning?
Was I what?
Were your ears burning this morning?
Why?
I was having a chat with Erica and she mentioned your name actually, that you're someone who does the power plate thing, and I was inquiring about power plate, and here it is that you're right here. So how funny.
Oh, right. Yes, no, it wasn't burning, but yeah, we've been yeah. But yes, power plates are quite cool. Have you been on power plates before?
No, I've had lots of recommendations. I myself delved into the whole Vibratrain thing to sort of see if it were something that I could relate to and understand and get sort of some ideas about, and sure enough, had some good results. And then, hi Kirsty, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
And then sort of had some recommendations from Millie, a trainer of mine at the time, and have now got a client that owns one at home and wants to do some work on it. But of course, I'm a bit out of the know-how on what to sort of suggest. So I was getting some tips and some interest
Of
in
Erica, yeah. If you want, you can. If you've got time, you can call into the studio and have a little play. They're only small ones. I don't know if you can see them. But it's only small.
Yeah.
It's so good, Abby. So good, Abby, right there.
So good. Yeah, highly recommend.
I've got two of them. Not that one though. Yours is flashier than mine, Jude.
Oh, is it? Ah.
Mine's just the basic one.
I've heard they vary quite a lot. Like, was it 3K up to 25 plus?
Oh yeah. I was doing the 5. I wasn't going to spend any more than that because they are expensive.
Yeah. But you get the job done the same. It's just the amount. Is it the amount of vibration that can, adjust as you go up the scale?
Yeah.
No, it's holding. Have you got a neck on your one? Or yours is similar to mine?
Mine just goes to 35 hertz, and it's like you can go high or low as well though, but we normally just use it on low.
Yeah. But mine hasn't got a neck, so you can do a bit more with the neck. Say if people's balance isn't very good, but if people's balance, that's all I do. I just do pretty much everything on that one, really. Yeah.
No, they sound great, and just to know, especially for those that aren't typical jimmies, it's cool to see that there's another way of.
Oh, very.
It's cool.
It's literally that, down to that, yeah.
Hey there, Roddy. Nice to meet you. And nice to meet you too, Jude. I just jumped straight in.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Really cool to finally touch base with some of us Tauranga people. New Tauranga person here. But you're Bay of Plenty, aren't you? So whereabouts are you based?
Me?
Papamoa.
Yes, yeah.
Cool, awesome. Hey, Jenny.
Hi, how are you?
Good, so good. Nice to have you along.
Thanks.
While we're all coming in, just before we get started, just introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, what you're doing, and we'll just wait for the next couple of minutes until everyone's here. So should we start with you, Jude, since you're the first person in the room?
Oh, brilliant. Hi, hang on, I'm just going to turn this off. Hi, I'm Jude. I'm in Papamoa, and so I've got a broader studio just coming up 18 months ago, which is a party studio, which I focus more on pelvic floor health with most of my clients, and hence I do a bit of power plates as well. So, but majority is concentrated on Pilates. So cool. Yeah, and I came up from Wellington. I used to work with up physios.
Nice, awesome. Thanks for that. And Kirsty?
I'm in Rotorua, and I've got a home studio and kind of the basement of my house. It's about half the size of my house. It's pretty good. I do mums and bubs fitness and mature ladies fitness, and I have PT, which I'm pretty much fully booked for that at the moment. So I'm stoked about that. But yeah, just I use power plate too. But yeah, pretty cool.
And Nikki?
Hi team, I'm in a coffee shop in Auckland because we can.
Yay, why not?
I'm a personal trainer and a group exercise instructor, plus business development manager of Exercise New Zealand and Reps.
Awesome.
Hello everyone.
And Jenny?
Hi, I'm in the Tron, and I've got a private studio where I do mainly one-on-one clients. We do some group fit and yoga classes as well. I tend to specialise in middle-aged women just because that's where I'm at. So that tends to be my focus primarily. And I also manage part of the Waikato senior exercise classes. So that keeps me on my toes as well.
Awesome. And Roddy?
Hello, is my audio working? I didn't check that before I started, sorry.
Sorry, who is it?
So is my audio working all right? Because I didn't check that.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd come in as a different name. Yes, it's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm Roddy. I'm based in Christchurch. Business partner and I have owned a gym for now about 9 years. I've been a personal trainer for 14 years. I'm also a PT business tutor at the Christchurch Polytech. And yeah, we have probably 175 gym members specialising, if you can call it specialising, mainly in corporates and those that do sedentary type work. So it's all about posture and time efficiency and just being able to be fit, active and healthy for daily life and daily stresses and things like that. So
Sounds good to me. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining from down there. That's awesome. And
Good.
Sarah, you just popped in. We're just talking through name, where you're from and what you've been doing, what you're up to within the fitness industry.
Right. I'm just trying to get my properly. Sweet. So yeah, pretty much. I don't think my video is working. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
All good. So pretty much, I'm Sarah, and I've just popped in today, because I'm on a gap year. I'm really interested in working in the fitness, like personal training and kind of outdoor ed industry, and just getting a bit of an insight and coming in to say hi.
Awesome. Cool. Nice to hear from you. So I'm Abby. I'm the head of the Personal Trainers Council of New Zealand, but mainly in the regions of the Waikato and Bay of Plenty I specialise in. So it's nice to have a few people from the outside of that area as well along. So thanks for coming along, and Erica as well. Just before we get started, I'll just get you, Erica, to tell us what you're up to. We've just had a little intro from everybody from who they are, where they are, and what they do, if you want to join us.
Well, I just made my coffee, so that's most important. I do two things. I've been associated with PowerPlate for about 15 years. I had a PowerPlate studio in 2005, 6, 7 in the Mount. And then I joined PowerPlate International to support Asia Pacific studio development. So very much from a business development point of view. And that sort of wore a lot of hats. So did a lot of education coordination, a lot of marketing and sales support, a lot of travel, met amazing people all over the world. It was really quite a nice community to be involved in. Awesome. So at the moment, I'm looking after four countries in terms of supporting them with PowerPlate. And then locally, I do a online education platform, which is really just facilitating. What's that? So that's really just about facilitating education for other people. So I'm providing a platform for educators to put stuff on and reach out to a wider audience, and then sort of cross-pollinate each other's networks that way. So is that enough?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you. It's just nice to know we're talking to here, so it's all comfy. And Kirsten, tell us about you. If you're there, she's just... That's cool. We'll carry on. So if you are somebody who is, which obviously none of us, but if you're somebody who's watching this after the fact as a recording, if you could please type in the Facebook comment box below watching the replay, just so we can find out how many people we're reaching through this. It'd be awesome if you could do that now. So we'll carry on. So as it's our first meeting of 2021, I just wanted to give you a little rundown on our plans for the Personal Trainers Council for the year, just so you can kind of see what's happening with our new format and be up to date and kind of know what to expect. So the ambassadors and I are really keen to make sure we can reach you all in the best way possible. And we've been finding that the sort of live meetings haven't always been the best option to get butts on seats, so to speak, with regards to COVID. Any reason really, whether it's that you don't feel comfortable going into someone else's gym, or it doesn't work with your timing, or whatever else it might be. So going forward, we're looking at doing a monthly meetup each month through from now to November, each hosted by a different ambassador from a different region, but it will be hosted in a way that it's able to be attacked by everybody. Everyone can jump on board no matter where you are in the country. So it just gives that really nice wide approach and keeping everything relevant to the whole country as opposed to one particular region. From there, we'll take a different approach in terms of what the topic is. So each ambassador has their own area of expertise, so they'll talk on that. Whether they get a speaker or not, it's up to them, but they'll sort of wear the hat of their particular topic of interest and then go ahead with the meeting in that way and run it in their own way and advertise it out to the country nationwide. So that's sort of a little bit of what we're planning to do to make sure we keep something of interest monthly happening regularly, and then in terms of personal meetups, whether it's one-on-ones or small groups or gym visits, all the different things that they can also do in their particular region, they'll still go about those things. They might even run a meeting of their own with regards, you know, to attack a certain small bunch of people. That'll all still happen, but that's sort of, yeah, outside of these meetings, we'll keep these nice and regular. So first off, in terms of it being a year on now from the whole COVID thing, I wanted to talk on that and what sort of positive opportunities we've been able to take from it, that acknowledging that conditions have changed and that goalposts have moved, forecasts is different, whatever way you want to put it. There have been lots of different ideas in our fitness industry that we can really look at in more depth. So recently, CNN claimed that the personal was taken out of personal training through COVID. And I read that and sort of think, did it really? So some suffered miserably, obviously, and they've lost opportunities to earn. Some did better than before and had more opportunities to leverage from. They had dark times, some saw the light and found new passions. There was just so many ways it affected different people. Some businesses have been able to return back to pretty well normal, especially within our sort of circles. Some will never be the same. Some won't be the same, but they're exploring new pathways. So what I'd like to do today, just for a bit of fun and to try something a bit different, is do a bit of a quick fire Q&A. So in terms of the people we've got in the room here today, obviously those watching on won't be able to contribute, which is the sad part of not being able to be part of the meeting. So considering we're a year on, almost to the day, just shy of lockdown, looking at where your business was at, where your personal services were at then versus now. Obviously, if you're someone who doesn't, Sarah, for yourself, if you're not someone who's running, clients and things like that, that's okay. You can comment if you feel like it. I'd love to go through and just sort of pop these questions out there, and we'll just go around. I'll just say names, and if you have something to say on it, you can say your thing. So the first one is your offering. So new services or classes, or the same. If you can just answer, like I say, a quick fire on how that goes for you. So if we start in my order here, I've got Jude first. So your offering, new or different?
Yeah, I brought in yoga, more for mental health, as in more for that whole getting people just to probably get into a bit more meditation, because it has been very stressful. So I've probably brought that in.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect.
Kirsty?
I've actually dropped a class, but it was a weekend one, so I actually have my weekends back. And I'm working less days, but have more clients.
Cool.
So,
Nikki?
I'm doing online classes, which I never thought I would. And even when we're in level 1, my clients still want those online classes. So I'm actually reaching more people with less travel, and a client base has gone through the roof. And it means that I can offer what I want to offer, as opposed to the facility telling me what I need to deliver. In with regards to classes. So there's some freedom in there.
Perfect. Jenny?
I'm not doing anything differently, but I'm busier than I've ever been. The only thing I have added is, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. The only other thing I'm doing is some Zoom sessions. I'm certainly for me, my business isn't to do a whole lot of online sessions, but I've got a few clients that live out of town, so I'm doing it for those people.
Cool. So, Roddy, offering new or different?
No, everything for us is the same, business as usual. Still doing between 30 and 40 contact sessions a week, and the gym just ticks along as it does, I think.
Perfect.
I think people just want to get back to normality and to routine, so
yeah.
this works well for us.
That's good. Erica?
I guess the whole Eat Fitness platform is new and was built during COVID, in terms of just bringing online education, making that available, both for facilitating it for educators as well as for people to find courses they can do.
Nice. Awesome. Sarah, even if it was the gym that you're attending, or any changes in the offerings you're getting?
Currently I'm not attending a gym, but I've noticed being out running and stuff, doing like half marathon training, there's a lot of people that are doing their own kind of thing, or maybe they're doing the like the virtual training sessions, and just doing their own kind of thing in their own time. But yeah, I've noticed a lot more people out in the parks and on the streets, and they've got their own kind of group together, which is really, really cool.
Awesome. And Kirsten, can you hear us?
I, like Nikki, have got online live classes, which I never thought I'd have. And same, they stay online even in level 1 for my earlies, so I don't have to get out in the cold early in the morning, which is awesome. My timetable is smaller, and I've changed more into educating trainers, which is where my heart is anyway. So COVID over the year has changed my time a lot quicker than I was just cruising on easy street, and COVID forced it to change quicker, which is I'm happy with.
Yeah, cool. That's great, guys. So that's exactly the role I want to get going. There's quite a few of these questions, and I think some of them will be a lot easier to answer quicker, and you'll get the feel of that. But it's quite cool just to see the differences and different things you're all picking up on. This is a slightly more personal one, I guess, and you don't have to answer. It's on your costs. So have your costs gone up or down? Simple answer, up or down, if you feel like answering that. So Jude's that same order. We'll just go around.
No, they've stayed the same.
Cool. Kirsty.
Mine have stayed the same, but I keep buying courses. Erica.
Nikki.
They've gone up because I'm not getting an hourly rate at the gym, and I've had to set myself up at home. So, yeah.
But that'll sort of steady out now, perhaps?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, some of them like Vimo membership and stuff will be annual. So as long as I want to do recordings and do podcasts, I'll have monthly and annual outgoings. Yeah.
Oh. Jenny.
Stayed the same pretty much.
Roddy?
So our costs and our expenses.
Yeah.
Another up, insurance up, service up, all that kind of stuff. So it's all increased.
Erica?
So for my employers, it's a lot cheaper because they don't have to fly me around the world anymore. And for myself, it's gone up because I don't have 2 weeks of food paid for by, as expenses to the company. So my food bill's gone up because I've got to pay for it myself. But on the flip side of that, I've got a life now. I've got a puppy. I'm at home. I'm not in an aeroplane in a hotel. So it's a small price to pay.
Sarah, I'm not sure that's applicable at the moment. Hopefully not too much.
Yeah, not at the moment, no.
Cool. Kirsten?
It's the same.
Cool. Your pricing. How's your pricing changed for your clients? Jude.
Oh, me, sorry. Same. Yeah.
Same, up, down. Kirsten?
I've just increased mine, but it was due to increase anyway at the start of the year. So
Cool. Nikki?
PT stayed the same, but I'm charging for my online classes, so that's brand new. And I've increased them twice.
No, I think it just gives us all permission. The more we talk amongst each other, you can do exactly what you like, but it's just really to know amongst a group of similar people that, it's okay if you've been thinking about it or these sorts of things. Hey, Jenny?
Yeah, no change in my one-on-one sessions, and really interesting, it kind of was bandied about, well, should we be charging less for Zoom sessions? And it's like, well, no, because it's still our time and it's still our expertise. So yeah, that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, cool. Roddy?
Sorry, I missed that question, was it?
Okay, so it's on whether you have increased your prices. Obviously, for yourself, having an increase of expenses, has that been a must?
No, haven't increased the prices, but just increased the frequency in terms of getting people to buy 2 sessions instead of 1, that kind of stuff. So you can offset that by obviously delivering more value. And like I said, trying to increase frequency.
Cool. Awesome. Erica?
That's not really relevant.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah. Kristen?
Just the same.
Cool. Awesome. The next one is around your gym layout. So there's a lot in the media about, in terms of the COVID effects of personal training, about changing the way your studio or your space appears. Maybe you've had to move machines around to allow for more free space. I know that's happened to me in my little space in Hamilton there. It's not been a case of focusing on that personal training area anymore. It's needed to be spreading out for people to be comfortable in a Pilates class, things like that. So have you had to change your gym floor layout at all?
Yeah, I have. I've had to. I had to be a little bit strict on the clients because I think everyone felt like it was okay. So I've had to be making sure everything was at least at 2 meters, even though everyone felt they didn't, and made sure everyone sort of. I was anyway, but making sure mats and everything like that is well cleaned down, and coming in the door, just making sure people were washing their hands really. Yeah. So I've been a little bit, I feel like a soldier, like, demanding that, but it is what it is. And then people got into the routine and now they just naturally do it. Yeah. So yes, things probably have changed a little, in the sense my classes are slightly small, just in the sense I've got more hours, so we're spreading. So yeah.
Kirsty, you changed your
not really, like everything's kind of around the edges of my room anyway, but I have limited the number of people coming in, and because I have mums and bubs and we have a lot of toddlers, so the kids are gone, which I love it. But the babies can still come, provided they can be separated from if there's other babies around. But other than that, everyone's separated, and limited numbers in class basically, and cleaning.
Nikki?
X marks the spot, basically. I get a person on a spot 2 meters in all directions in my classes. And the gym doesn't impact me because I've got limited equipment, so I just clean down what everybody touches, and that's it.
Jenny?
No, not really. My classes were small group sessions anyway. They did take a hit with COVID, so the numbers remained low. So luckily we were able to continue through level 2 anyway, so that wasn't a problem. But yeah, just the sanitizing and the making sure people check in and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of people that still think it's it's not necessary, but yeah, like who was saying, Jude, I think was saying, you feel a bit like a Nazi, but that is what it is. You've got to look after your own business, right?
Roddy?
Layout, no, just because it's too hard to move all the commercial gear around. But we did obviously mark off or block off a certain piece of equipment. So like every second treadmill, every second cross trainer, stuff like that. In the instances where we couldn't, we just let people know, obviously, because people can move around freely in the gym. Don't plonk yourself right next to someone who's on a machine. Maybe go and do something else and try and obviously self-maintain that distance.
Yeah.
And it did impact our trainers, though. We didn't allow them to do any kind of contact sessions like boxing, massage gun work, any PNF work. So they had to stay a metre apart with masks. But also we gave them the opportunity to talk to their clients to see whether they were happy with that. So we gave the clients the options to wear masks and asked if they were comfortable with that sort of 1 to 2 metre distance, or if they just preferred to sort of stay away until the levels drop down. So we tried to make it as friendly as possible, or give the trainers as much opportunity as possible to still kind of operate without sort of a blanket rule. So it just came down to the individual.
Cool. Applicable for you, Erica? Not so much.
No, I mean, the only time I've trained classes has been at a Jude's facility, so whatever she does.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Obviously, just so you can comment on anything if you want to. Cool. Kirsten?
I just have to move because my classes are ideally outside. So when we're now at level 2, because my classes are bigger, I have to be indoors and then have the 2 meter spacing. So I just lay all the mats out where they need to be, and we do all the cleaning stuff like everybody else. And boxing changes to strength and cardio class. No one wants to stay online doing shadow boxing. They all want to get in person and get it out of the house. And yeah, so we just make those changes.
Cool. Hey, we just missed at the beginning there. Whereabouts are you?
Yeah, sorry, I have sound problems. I'm in Auckland, Norwest. I'm right near Nikki.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
You're coming along. Nice to meet you.
We were just in the same coffee shop, actually.
Oh, small world. The next one was sort of use of equipment, and we've already kind of covered a little within that question there, but my question was sort of around the change of gear. Are you using different gear to what you used to, pulling out this rather than that more often these days? Are you more frequent using things that are easier to clean? I definitely find I'm not using as much equipment as I'd like to, just because of the time admin of it, really. And I know that sounds really bad, but I just want to be, you know, honest and say, so that you're all on the platform here, to sort of be honest and open about what's happening and maybe give some answers and some advice on that too. So Jude, where are you at with your equipment?
I've stuck with pretty much what I've been using anyway, like Swiss balls and things like that. They're pretty easy to clean down, and because I'm at the studio, I'm here majority of the day, that to fill in my time, I'm happy to just to clean, so it's not a biggie. TheraBands, I wasn't using them as much last year, but once we got into that level 1 and 2, I've been using them. I'll probably swap them out a little bit more. I don't hold on to them I'll probably as such, I'll put new ones through. So yeah, everything I'm using, little balls, even like circles, Pilates circles, I'm using them all, and I just give them a real good clean. Same with I've got weights and things like that for the power plates. I was pretty much using everything really, but I just clean them more than usual. So they're probably cleaner than they were about 2 years ago, but anyway, so yeah.
Cool. Kirsty?
Yeah, just, I mean, during level 2, we don't do boxing and that kind of thing, and don't really do circuits. But if I was, like, I did a circuit on Friday, but we cleaned everything in between each person using it, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I don't feel that there's much change. If it's at level 2, I try and they just have what they're using and they go and get it, and then they take it to where their station is and that kind of thing. But they're still using most of the stuff.
Yeah, cool. Nikki?
So I had a couple of tactics. I found out what all my clients have at home. So when we go into lockdown, I know what each client have, a list of the name of the client and what they have in their house. That really helped me program. And then I gave everybody a band to use. So they got a gift from me after the first lockdown. A local business helped donate them, and then I shared them with my clients. So that was great. So at least if even in person, they bring their own band with them. And then I've just avoided using Swiss balls, like trying to wash all of a Swiss ball in between one person and the next. So a little bit different to Jude in that I'm missing my Swiss ball work. So when we get to level 1, we get this. We know we're in a good space when we get the Swiss ball out.
Cool.
Yeah, level 2, I just minimised use of equipment, and with most clients, I just use one set of weights or whatever. For a group fit class, one of my instructors did a session where everyone stood in the one spot the whole time, and they used a 5 kg plate, and that was all they got. And all of the participants were like, oh my God, it's interesting how much you can do with just one piece of equipment. So I think that was kind of good as well to educate people, and you don't need a whole raft of equipment at home to do some stuff. So a bit of education there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Roddy?
Just as what everyone else has said, just increase frequency of cleaning.
Cool. Yep. Erica? No. Sarah? You just need your legs, don't you? That's all good. And Kirsten?
Yeah, just the same. They get their own gear. I try to use that for the whole time, and if they have to swap in between, they just clean it.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I really like that idea, Nikki, of giving them their own one to use. That's a really good idea, and just they bring their own. That's nice. So the next one is on your gym timetable. So if you are a group fit provider, have you had to change timings to work in with people's hours? Obviously, it might have been during lockdown, it was a whole different story. But nowadays, has your timetable remained the same as it were a year ago, or have you changed?
Mine stayed pretty much the same. I haven't changed anything. No, yeah.
5 minutes between classes, is that something you've kept?
Oh yeah, no, I have 15. Yeah, I have 15. So that's why I'm able to clean. I give myself 15, and also everyone cleans as well, and things if with certain equipment. So I'm 15 between every class.
Okay. Cool. Kirsty?
Mine stayed the same apart from dropping one class, but yeah, I have 15 minutes, 15, 20 between each class. So.
Yeah. Nikki? Nikki, did you have?
Oh, so me, no, nothing changed. I actually felt like people wanted things to stay the same. So I tried not to move anything, and I only teach one class in the morning and one class in the evening, so I don't have to back with anybody. So
Jenny?
No changes for me. We always have 15 minutes between classes anyway. I don't try and do too many back-to-back clients, just to allow for cleaning and to give me a break and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, nothing's really changed.
Well, it's just good to hear that everyone's kind of comfy with this. Yeah, Roddy?
We don't run classes.
Cool. You can, no, okay. Requirements of your staff or relationships with them. So this might be more just the sort of the Roddies and the, if you've got, and Jenny, perhaps when you've got instructors that you're utilizing, how are you interacting with them? Are you meeting with them more frequently? Are you having to be more Nazis on certain things just to keep your, your regulations and levels high there? Perhaps just give me a wave if you have something to answer on that. No, nothing's different. Roddy?
I mean, we observe what our trainers do. So Hayden, who's my business partner, and I, we kind of just observe what's going on and making sure that they fit within obviously the guidelines given by Exercise New Zealand and reps.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, look, it's the nature of the industry. They are independent contractors, so they're just free to do what they like. And we just check in. It's quite a close-knit team, so we just check in passing just for updates around, how's the business tracking? Is everything all right? If everything's good, we don't need to have more of a chat. But if they need assistance, then we will have like a 5 or 10 minute discussion on what they can do for that week or something, and just keep sort of conversing back and forth that way.
Yeah, awesome. So same question now. Did anyone else want to answer that?
just to add to that, I think the relationship that I have with my peers has got stronger. We've spent more time together. So whereas it might have been a coffee connection once, while we can get more people into one room at Zoom and have a conversation, that kind of thing. So I haven't got staff or anybody working with me like that. But I think with the people that I share a gym floor space, I might not see them from one Christmas meal to the next, and we're seeing each other more. So
yeah, cool. Awesome. So same question, but for your clients. So with regards to your interactions with your clients, are they more frequent? Are they deeper connections because you've got this ability, or are you perhaps finding you've got people that have actually fallen off the wayside and you're not as connected and you're feeling quite vulnerable, or they're potentially vulnerable about that? What's your thoughts, Jude?
Yeah, myself, I'm actually probably a bit more connected, but I think it was just because I've had the studio. It's been 2 years, so we've come naturally, and I think that's why I have got Zoom, and people can do Zoom, but actually there's a lot that want to come in and see each other. So I have a lot that go and have a coffee, and if I've got time, and I have, like, when I know I've got time with my last class, I will actually go with them. Nice. And they like that. So
and has come about since COVID?
Yes, this is after COVID.
Nice.
I mean, we weren't doing a lot of that since COVID, so it's since after COVID. So after end of last year, everyone became a little bit more, they wanted to go for a coffee and chat. They wanted to feel like they're yeah, I think it's because they were so locked in with each other, you know, families or just themselves or whatever they really wanted to. It's more that older generation, that sort of 65 plus, that haven't got family around them and things like that. So that came a bit more frequent, and now we've kind of got coffee groups, which is kind of cool. And I've gone to the odd few, so which is quite nice. So that's definitely changed. Yeah.
Cool. Good. Kirsty.
Some of my like my mums have kind of gone the wayside. But my ones that I've got like a steady group that have been with me for a couple of years now, and they're fine. I think there's a COVID burnout from them. I think they're just sick of hearing about it and just in and out of lockdowns. And even though we're in Rotorua and we haven't been affected like Auckland, it's just, I think the constant up and down of levels has kind of impacted. And when you're dealing with kids, you've got any sniffle and they can't go to school, they can't go to daycare. It doesn't even matter if it's like barely anything, they still can't go. And I think that's kind of affected it in a way, because obviously they won't be able to bring them to class as well. Yeah, but other than that, it's, yeah, the PTs are pretty sweet. They're all good. The communications are good on that side, but it's just some class members.
Nikki, are your interactions the same?
No, it's definitely changed because I've moved away from a traditional gym for my personal training. I created a membership only Facebook group, and we have morning teas when we're in lockdown. And like Kirsty said, you know, the changes of level in Auckland means that we use that a lot. So we've bounced in and out and had meetings. So I think we're spending more time in front of each other and a lot more connected.
Yeah, definitely. You've been a bit of an inspiration, I think, in terms of my Facebook feed to see your interactions. It's really, really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Jenny?
No, nothing's really changed except lots of comments that, oh, I really enjoy coming into the studio. I know getting out of the house for those that are working from home, etc. The really interesting one was the seniors in the retirement villages particularly. And the first lockdown 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the Valentine's Day one, all the retirement villages in Hamilton went into complete lockdown. But then the second one, more recently, they didn't, and our instructors were able to go in there. And I think they kind of realised that, you know, mental health was actually more important, just as important as, you know, locking these people up to keep them free of COVID. So, yeah, that's what Jude was saying, that the social is more important for them.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Roddy?
From a PT to a client point of view, I think the interaction has increased slightly just for, as someone just mentioned there, the mental health side of things and just the well-being. So the checking in takes 2 seconds to send a text message or an email saying how you're feeling. And I know that there'll be a lot of clients that are quite appreciative of that. Our trainers are all pretty good at the regular interaction stuff anyway. But second part to that, probably the increased interaction we have is now online. So we've pushed really hard on being really proficient at our social media and online content. So better frequency and tidying up the way that comes across online has been a big focus for us, so that people just get access to information, and the feedback that comes back from that by the way of interactions or comments or likes or whatever, that has increased quite a lot as well. So I think it's pretty important to have a presence in that online space just to provide information and value, as well as just those 2-second text messages or emails or whatever it may be.
Cool. Erica?
I got a different bunch of clients from you guys, so it's probably not relevant to this question.
That's okay. We were talking earlier, Erica and I, today, and she was saying how, you know, at the end of the day, she's still very much part of our industry. Even though she's in sales of a great piece of equipment, it's still ultimately the same goal of helping people, isn't it? So yeah, we're very much in the same boat, but it is a slightly different kind of feel, isn't it? So
yeah. So the difference then with my client interaction is I used to, like 2019, I was out of the country for over 200 days in the year. So that's my client facing time, is when I'm traveling, then I'm with my clients and helping them with their clients. The rest of the time while I'm at home, it's always been remote work. So for the last year and a bit, it's, you know, I've just been, my last trip finished, I think, the 28th of February last year.
Oh, wow.
So since then, I've just had remote has been the same. But yeah, obviously no face-to-face with my customers.
Big impact.
Mm.
The next one is a nice easy one. Is your work-life balance better or worse? Because I think that's quite an interesting one. I think a lot of
Mine
people have found
is
that,
probably,
but not all of us. Go ahead.
oh, sorry. Mine is probably a bit more probably full on, I think. I'm finding I'm talking more with a lot of clients after class, like and they're wanting to talk about all sorts of different things, like if it's not exercise itself, it's also sort of a lot of mental health, like just talking about how they just feel like they need to talk. So I think that's a difference prior to COVID and now, you know, and after all those lockdowns and things. A lot of people are still struggling, so I'm finding I'm probably a bit more busier in that sense, and I'm probably online or having to ring people because I've got classes back to back almost that I'm having to, so I'm probably more busy in that sense of just making sure everyone's okay, because a lot of people, I find that in Papamoa area, a lot aren't around family, so a lot are having to, they've got mums and babs that assist them and things like that. So I'm finding I'm probably busy in the sense of just chatting more than anything. So yeah.
Good on you. It's nice to hear. Kirsty. Oh, sorry, you got to go.
Yeah, I've got to go. But my work-life balance is way better.
Sorry, what was that?
My work-life balance is way better since dropping classes. But yeah,
that's great.
That's good. That's good.
Good to see you. Cool. So like I mentioned, I've only got sort of 5 minutes to go, ladies and gents. So I just wanted to finish off with a couple of these more positive ones, hopefully. Jenny?
My work-life balance is probably not as good, but that's a combination of being busier and also personal circumstances have changed. So yeah, life just changed in general, but still manageable. I'm still coping.
Good to hear. Erica? This is dramatic.
Yeah, mine's a lot better. It's not having to travel so much, like living in my own space rather than living in hotels and airports. So I've got into gardening, I've got a dog, I do a lot more regular exercise myself. So it's definitely better.
Cool. Roddy?
I think overall it's better because the 6-week lockdown was a nice chance to stay at home and spend time with the kids and partner and stuff and actually be present with them rather than consumed with work like we were sort of 60, 70 hours a week. But it has transitioned a bit to less client facing and more development sort of stuff. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't creep back to the way it was, but it's still better than what it was, pre-lockdown.
How about you, Sarah?
I think just because the work that I'm in at the moment, I'm working as an adventure park instructor out at the tech park. So obviously that's been affected with decreasing numbers with all the different lockdowns and things. So I think it's a bugger, but it's actually, looking at the positive side, it's actually given me quite a lot of time to get, you know, my fitness and my training, get that to one of my top priorities. And yeah, it makes a massive difference on your mental health, and it's just awesome. I feel so much better and don't feel so like weighed down with just having to feel like I'm at work and stuff all the time, which is really good.
Awesome. That's cool. It's good to hear it's been mostly positive, but at the end of the day, I guess if situations out of your control change, it's always it's always going to be a bit of a case of having to make sure the income is supported as well, and at the end of the day we've all got to have a bit of that to make things happy as well. So that's all good. The last one I wanted to talk, or the last part I want to talk about, is obviously having gained a bit of food for thought around, you know, the other responses you've heard in the group, and taking the information and perhaps adapting some things that might have heard something that sort of struck a nerve with you. I wanted to ask you 3 questions, whether it's just something you ponder or you want to write anything down. The first is around what's been the best lesson or the best teaching that you've gained from the whole process. Obviously, there's been lots of little I guess, light moments of the chat today in terms of what we've seen as a better case scenario. The second question is around, what does this particular career give you that none other could? So is it, for you, Jude, that you actually adore the sensation of being somebody that people look at or look to when it comes to that time of need and having a chat with somebody? Do you like the fact that they're approaching you because they trust you and that you've become a business owner in their space, somebody that they're interacting with that they do feel like they can rely upon? If that's something you thrive on. For somebody else, it might be that they just really love that they've kept people from, those mental health situations that, might have caused someone to go over the edge, and they've actually allowed for the exercise to be part of the happy space in their life. These sorts of things, I think we need to realize that this career is pretty awesome and that we're able to make real impact in a time like this. So feel free to comment if you want to. And the third one is, what is my number one priority to improve in my work or my offering? So you've heard about how other people's situations have changed in terms of what they're changing in their offering, work-life balance, costs, and all sorts of things like that influence what you offer and how you prioritize your services and your how you prioritize the way you offer your services, I guess. So yeah, number 3, what is it that you are looking to work on and improve for yourself? So yeah, feel free to have a comment if you want to, but that's just kind of a bit of a lasting thought for you guys to have a ponder on. But at the end of the day, just a big chance for me to also say thank you for giving your ideas and thoughts and comments. It's just really cool to actually be in the space of people that aren't, there's no compete, there's nothing there about competition. It's just all about feeding each other with information and experience that we can perhaps take. And it's just sometimes nice to know you're not alone, and whether it's a PT down in Christchurch or someone in Hamilton, you've got some cool, nice people that have spent some time together and actually had some thoughts to pass around. So any comments, questions, thoughts?
I guess myself is like Kirsty was saying before in Rotorua, I think I do need to sort of think about myself, and that sounds bad, just in the sense, otherwise you get too tired and then you can't give. So I do need to, and I've had to look for especially a lot of mums and babs that are mums here haven't got family. I've had to resource out, so I'm not for them to find coffee groups and things like that, which is good for them, because otherwise I'll burn myself out and then I won't be there for everyone now. So I've had to learn a lot about not taking on other people's. I mean, it was lovely, but I've learned this year I need to focus myself, because then I'm not there for my other classes. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and like what Kirsty's, she's given herself more time, and I do need to do that.
Got to be able to fill your own cup or sharpen the saw, as they always say, so that's really important.
Yeah, otherwise you're not going to be able to, you burn yourself out far too quick and then you're in trouble, so you're not going to give 100% to everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, cool. Any other comments there, guys?
I think just an observation from our point of view, because as we'd said before, it was slightly different in the fact that obviously we run a gym and have trainers. The biggest sort of, I guess, contrasting things that we've seen is, especially from a trainer's point of view, quite often there's a lot of talk but very little action or follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Speed to market and calls to action, actually doing what you're going to say to do quickly, is I think going to be the big factor in whether you are able to survive, especially with the changes in levels and things like that, and being able to put something out there that's going to help maintain or increase your income. So not even just about growth, but with lockdowns and stuff, like we all know that people think about their gym memberships, they think about dropping their PT sessions, they have instability at work and stuff like that. So you can't control that. So making sure that you can actually move really quickly into some kind of not complete change, but some other offering that doesn't maybe lose them completely, but still provides some income for you, right? It's a survival tactic. Yeah. We've noticed with trainers here, like we have one trainer who comes on board and within 4 weeks is up to, say, 20, 25 sessions. We've got other trainers here that have been here maybe 6 months that are still hovering around about 5 or 6 and always saying, well, I could always do with 1 or 2 more. And it's the action and the inaction that really proves the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard to entice people back, or, like I said, get to, as we did, increase or diversify their frequency of sessions and things like that. It's just about providing the right value, but also doing it in a way that's clear and concise and quite quick. Because you spend months and months and months building your own perfect program behind the scenes, thinking it's going to be awesome, but that doesn't get it out to market really quick and doesn't solve any problems.
Exactly.
So do it quickly if you are thinking about doing a change.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It's really great to hear you all speaking. I think it's just nice to interact and hear what people have got going on and know that you're not alone. And I'm always here, and there's obviously a few people in the room here that know one another, but at least today, if you've met somebody new, you know who you can bounce off and chat to if you've got something in common that you want to share on. But otherwise, I'm always around, like I say, to have a coffee or a call or a, interaction of some kind. I think that's what the PT Council is all about, is just being able to interact and network and educate ourselves. So hopefully this has sort of started the ball rolling. Next month, you'll see one of our Auckland ambassadors. So hopefully you can get in touch and sort of be part of that meeting when that one's advertised very shortly. So I hope you have a great rest of your week. Keep charging on, and we will catch up with you soon. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Abby. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
No worries. See you.
See ya.
Thanks.